My family and I were on holidays in Northampton in England, and we were staying in an old farmhouse for the week. When we first arrived, everything seemed normal and even the farmhouse was quite nice. The first night we were there, we were all pretty tired after traveling so much, so we all decided to go to bed early. The next morning, while we were having breakfast, my mom told me that she didn't have a good night's sleep. She told me that she woke up at 3 in the morning to the sound of somebody shuffling their feet across the carpet floor. Now, at first, she thought it was my dad getting up to go to the restroom, but that's when she noticed he was fast asleep beside her. Needless to say, after she found that out, she wasn't long after pulling the covers over her head and trying to go back to sleep. Later that day, me, my brother, and my dad went into town to get a takeaway. My mom stayed behind and decided to read her book until we got back. We were only gone about half an hour or so, and when we got back, my mom was happy to see us. You see, she told us while we were away, she had this weird uneasy feeling, sort of like if somebody was watching over her. Then a few minutes after that, the room began to get really cold. So cold, in fact, that she had to take the covers off the bed. The next morning, we all ended up getting up for breakfast. And again, my mom told me she was awoken at 3 in the morning, the sound of somebody shuffling their feet across the carpet. I told her to say that whoever is waking her up at night to stop doing it and to say it before she goes to sleep. She told me she would try it later that night. The next morning, we all got up for breakfast as usual, and my mom seemed happier. She told me that she said what I told her before she went to sleep, and thankfully it worked. She didn't wake up at 3 in the morning. Instead, she slept through the whole night just fine. We went out for the day and it was late when we got back. We were all in the sitting room and I could feel something staring right at me from the hallway. I took out my phone and snapped a picture, but unfortunately, I didn't see a thing. So I decided to take another one just to see. And there in the second picture, I could clearly see a man's face hovering over my mom's head. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Now, I didn't want to make anybody nervous, so I didn't say a thing. Well, a few minutes later, my mom asked me to go into her bedroom and take some pictures with my phone, and this was all while the lights were off. I said fine. I grabbed my phone and I went into the bedroom. I then proceeded to close the door, and I was in total darkness. I started to take pictures, but I felt really uneasy. Then a few seconds after that, I started to get pain across my lower back. It was strange, really. As soon as I decided to leave the room, the pain started to fade away. Well, I went through the pictures, but I didn't see anything. Shortly after that, we all decided to call it a night, and we all went to bed. That's when I started to get that uneasy feeling again. I just shrugged it off and started getting ready.